Music has always been how I'm able to express myself. Like sometimes my words aren't as good. But with music, it was so easy for me to like listen to a song and it's like somebody's talking about like a really sad time or a really happy time and you just feel it. Music is literally the universal language. I go by DJ VRYWVY, Valentina Garcia, and I am a DJ, event producer, all of that. Whenever I would make mixes and whenever I would like create these moments, I wanted to be like, how do I want people to feel? To me, a place that I always go mentally and like peacefully, I think of the ocean. I want people to feel like wavy. Like I know it sounds corny, but it made sense in my head, so I was like very wavy. Val, she is very much chill, wants to do nothing. She's a very anxious girl. She's very emotional. VRYWVY is very headstrong. She has no anxiety, apparently, because she's never shy on stage. She makes things happen. Val is just a little bit clouded by her own thoughts and like her anxieties and her worries and stuff like that. But when VRYWVY is there, she's like, nah, you can do it. I feel like VRYWVY is always my most evolved self that I've just always been super afraid to tap into. I mean, she's there, but just different timelines. So I feel like my first memory whenever it came to music, it definitely came from my dad. I grew up with him always playing music whenever we lived in Mexico, and he would play Sade and we would go on road trips. He would have the live CDs, like the videotape performances. I grew up watching like Britney Spears, you're talking about a great performer. So I was like, wow, it's just so cool how music was just always super present and vivid in my life. My biggest audience is on TikTok numbers-wise, but I feel like the one that engages with me a lot, and it's kind of like that core one, is on Instagram. Because I am bilingual, I call it like my superpower, because I'm able to take not only like the English listener, but the Spanish listener too, and like combine those two together. And they're like, dang, that's dope. Like I would have never thought, like some of like my most viral videos on TikTok are whenever I combine like hip hop and Latin music. And people were like, what? Like that sounds so good together. And I'm like, yeah, like it's all kind of like within the same flow. I don't care if everybody in the room doesn't speak Spanish, or I don't care if everybody in the room doesn't speak English. I'm gonna take y'all both there and y'all are gonna like it. Whenever I felt like I could really make a living off of this, I think it was when I started to see how much money I could make. Like when I started to see the longevity of it. Whenever I had my residencies and they didn't pay you anything for that, like they underpay DJs so much. And the DJs are the ones that are getting the people in the building. They're the ones that are making them stay in the building. They're bringing you business. So once I started to see like, oh, you can do ticketed events, that's when I was like, oh, okay. The gears started turning and I was like, okay, well, why not just do my own thing, into where I have full ownership of it and I'm throwing concerts. Tour has been very emotional.
Let me hear y'all if y'all feel this.
This has been the biggest tour that we have done so far. It's also the most important one to me because it's the first time that we're ever taking this out of Texas. We finally were able to add Chicago and Los Angeles, which were like two of my main goals. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just like an unbelievable moment. Like, dang, I went from one city to multiple cities and now we're taking it out of state. It's just so crazy to me. Being a Latino or being a Latina, we're not supposed to be in these roles. They want us to be like housekeepers or like doing garden work or whatever it may be, but then you have like people like Selena that like paved the way for women in the industry. You're looking at the top artists in the world right now and it's like Bad Bunny and he's a Puerto Rican guy that's selling out stadiums back to back to back. It's so inspiring for me to see because I'm like, I can do that too, you know? We're so much more than what we try to put us in. It also is just always a part of Latin community. You have your parties, your get-togethers, there's music always playing. You're never gonna show up to like a Latin function and there's no music playing. Music is always there. When I look into the crowd and I see just how much fun the people are having, just dancing, not caring about anything in the world, they're not on their phone, like they're just present in the moment. I think that's one of the most beautiful things. And I just get super like warm. Like my whole body just gets really warm. I start getting chills because that's the point where I'm like, oh, you're about to freeze, dude, you're about to freeze. And I'm like, no, I gotta keep going. So then once I get past that point, I just feel like this like super burst of energy and I'm just like, yeah, let's get it. I don't overthink. I deal with anxiety and overthinking is like my #1 thing, but once I'm on that stage, I can't overthink. It doesn't allow me to, so it's like a beautiful dance of like back and forth. And the energy through the night, it's amazing, but I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I just black out. It's not Val doing that, it's very wavy doing that. But in a way, it is both of us doing it. Like she was there all along, she just needed that stage moment to come out. I think the thing, and this sounds very corny and basic, but if you want to stand out as a DJ, you literally have to be yourself. There's no rules to it. I'm just doing it because I like it, and 5 people might like it, 10 people might hate it, but those 5 people like it. So to me, I think it's just being yourself. Well, my ultimate goal was always to show people that you can do it too, especially women. DJing is mostly a male-dominated industry, so I wanted to kind of prove like, nah, like women can do it too, and we do it 100 times better, I promise you. Whenever I see like how far I want to take it, I do have some goals that I want to do. I would love to have my own festival someday. Learning to see what else this can take me to and where the music can take me to. I think that's the most beautiful thing. Whenever I first started, I had no idea where music could take me, and now when I look back to it and I see all these cities that we've traveled to and that we've done, it's like music got us here. Like, it was literally just music.